Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I'm so glad you're here with me. My name is John, and this podcast is a place where we make English simple, clear, and helpful, especially for people who want to speak and understand English better. In every episode, we go step by step to help you build confidence in both listening and speaking. Today, we were talking about a very important and interesting topic. English as a global language. Have you ever thought about why English is spoken in so many countries? Why it's used at airports, in business meetings, on international websites, and even in movies and music? Well, in this episode, we will explore that together. Let's start with one simple question. What is a global language? A global language is one that people from different parts of the world use to communicate, even if it's not their native tongue. It acts like a bridge, with connecting people from many cultures and backgrounds. It helps them share ideas, do business, travel, and even enjoy entertainment together. Now, why is English considered a global language? There are many reasons. First, it's spoken in many countries. As a first or second language, it's the official language in places like the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. But that's not all. Countries like India, Singapore, South Africa, and the Philippines also use English in schools, in government, and in business. Even if it's not someone's first language, many people still use English in their daily life. Plan to study, work, or connect with others. That's one reason. English is so powerful, it doesn't belong to just one country. It belongs to the world. Now, let's talk about how English became so global. One big reason is history. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the British Empire controlled many countries, and they brought English with them. Schools, governments, and trade in those areas started using English. Later on, the United States became a world leader in business, science, and entertainment. And English grew even stronger. But history isn't not the only reason. English is popular today because it's useful. In the modern world, English is the language of business, education, travel, technology, and entertainment. In business, international companies often use English to communicate across borders. You could have a team with people from Germany, Japan, Brazil, and Egypt, and everyone uses English in meetings, emails, and contracts. In education, many of the world and top universities, like Harvard, Oxford, MIT, teach in English. Even schools in non-English-speaking countries offer courses in English, so they can welcome students from around the world. In travel, English is incredibly helpful. Airport signs, hotel check-ins, flight announcements, that all commonly use English. Even if you travel to a country where you don't speak the local language, chances are someone there speaks some English. Then there's technology and the internet. Around 60% of all websites are written in English. If you were using social media apps or learning to code, English is everywhere. It's often the default language of online platforms. Finally, entertainment. Hollywood movies, English language music, books and series, they watch, read and listen to all over the world. People not only enjoy them but also use them to learn English. Now let's focus on why this matters to you. Why should you spend time and energy learning English? The answer is simple: because it opens doors. Many international companies prefer or even require employees who can speak English. If you want to apply for a job abroad, work in tourism, business, or become a translator, English is a must-have skill. Even if the job is local, writing your resume or doing the interview in English could give you a big advantage. If you dream of studying in another country, most universities require English tests like TOEFL or IELTS. Even if you stay in your country, many courses and textbooks are in English, so knowing the language gives you access to more learning. Imagine arriving in a new city where you don't know the local language. You need to find your hotel, ask for food, or understand a tour guide. If you can speak even basic English, it makes everything so much easier and less stressful. You feel more confident and safer because you can ask for help or follow signs and instructions. English lets you talk to people from different cultures. On social media, in online games, or in international events. English is often the common ground. When you understand English, you can join global conversations, learn about new ideas, and even make friends from other countries. That's a powerful thing. When you understand English, you can enjoy the original versions of your favorite content. You don't have to wait for translations or subtitles. You get the real emotion, the real message, the real jokes, the way they were meant to be. And guess what? That helps your English too. Watching English shows, listening to songs or reading stories improves your vocabulary and listening without feeling like hard study. Every time you learn a new word, speak a sentence, or understand a podcast like this one, you build confidence. You start believing in yourself more. You realize that you can do things you could do before. That feeling is amazing, and it stays with you not just in language, but in life. Let's look at some specific areas where English plays an important role today. In business, companies from different countries often use English to communicate. If a company in Germany wants to make a deal with a company in Korea, they probably use English. This happens in emails, meetings, contracts, and reports. In education, many of the best universities in the world teach in English. Even if you don't study abroad, many online courses are in English. From YouTube to Coursera to university websites. Like most educational content is in English. English is the language of travel. At airports, most signs are written in English. When you fly, announcements are often in both the local language and English. At hotels, restaurants, and tourist spots, staff usually know some English. You don't have to feel lost or helpless. You can ask questions, read signs, and follow instructions with ease. Around 60% of all websites in the world are written in English. Social media platforms, mobile apps, and software usually use English as their base language. If you're learning coding or using new technology, most of the instructions and program languages are also in English. People around the world watch English movies, listen to English music, and read English books. Even when there are translations, the original version gives you more meaning, emotion, and humor. If you want to understand cultural references, follow international trends, or just enjoy entertainment to the fullest, English is the key. You're not just learning a language to pass a test or get a grade. You're learning a language that connects people, ideas, and opportunities. Every time you learn a new word or listen to a podcast like this, you're building a skill that can change your life. And yes, learning English is not always easy. Sometimes you feel stuck, tired, or afraid of making mistakes. Okay, everyone goes through that. The important thing is to keep going. Mistakes are part of the process. Every time you try, you grow. Every step counts. So believe in yourself. Stay curious. Practice a little every day. You are stronger than you think, and your hard work will lead to real success. You are not just learning English. You are building a bridge to a better future. To wrap up today's episode, let you remember one thing. Learning English is a journey, not a race. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you go. What matters is that you don't to stop. Every new word, every conversation, every podcast you listen to, it all brings you closer to fluency. So keep practicing, keep listening, and most of all, never stop believing in yourself. You got this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this episode has inspired you to keep going. Until next time, stay motivated, keep learning, and I would see you in the next episode. Bye for now.